Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, where you're from. Welcome to a very special episode of Respect the Ring. I'm your host, Andrew Samaroo. This is a different episode. We're not doing a show. We're not covering a show. Rather, this is going to be an interview, if you will. We have a special guest with us. A lot of people have been asking about it, and we've been able to have him come in for a little bit. So joining us today, very special appearance, Big Red Fletch Cassidy.
Hello, Andrew. How are you, my friend?
How's it going, sir? How's it going? Hope everything's doing okay.
It's going very well. I've been anxiously waiting and looking forward to this. I have been excited for this since it's been announced. And now the day is here, and I'm ecstatic, you could say. I'm ecstatically looking forward to this.
Beautiful. I'm glad. Well, what do you think about the background? I know you had a hand in helping to design that. Did you liking?
I love it. It's the red, the chains, the chesters. The chesters are a nice touch. My logo in the top corner, I covered the screen there. I didn't mean to. It's great. The blood-stained RTR. It's beautiful, beautiful, Mr. Samaroo. Good work.
Thank you. Glad I could please. So I mentioned a little bit earlier in the introduction that a lot of our fans were interested in getting to know who you are, and
yes,
I wanted to reach out to you. I wanted to reach out to you to bring you in and give you a platform to kind of introduce yourself. And
here I am.
And here you are. So that being said, I have a couple of questions that came from our fans that I'd love to ask you if you don't mind.
Totally.
It's beautiful. So
totally.
I have a couple right here. Our first question comes from a Scott M. Fletch, can you? I'm sorry.
I was just saying thank you for the question, Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott M. Mysterious Scott M.
Yeah, one of our fans, our loyal fans for Respect the Ring.
Yes.
He wanted to know, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what is your background and how long you've been wrestling?
A bit about myself. Well, as you know, my name, Big Red Fletch Cassidy. About myself. What can I say about myself? I have gone through a lot in my life. A lot that has led me to this point in my life. The point in my life where I'm in this business. This wonderful business of professional wrestling. The business where I can get revenge on people who have wronged me in my life. I can get revenge on the people who have belittled me in my life. I can get revenge on the people who have turned me into the person I have been turned into. But as I said in my video before this, I will keep my cool. I will steer clear of saying things that I don't know could possibly put people, not myself, in much danger. I will keep my cool, Mr. Samaroo. You are one of the good guys. You and the other Respect the Ring guys are very good people. I am myself a big fan of Respect the Ring. So I will try keep my cool for you guys. I can't promise anything. But whatever happens. Isn't that right, Chester? Whatever happens, happens. I will keep my cool. See? Zen, Fletch, Zen.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad you're a fan of Respect the Ring, and
Yes.
I'm glad you're one of our biggest fans. I myself am a fan of Fletch Cassidy as well.
Thank you.
I wanted to, like I mentioned, I wanted to present this opportunity for the fans to get to know you a little bit better. And, I'm very
Yes,
glad
definitely.
very glad you consider us one of the good guys.
Yes. You've been in mass amounts of support of me, so therefore I am with you.
Thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yes, totally.
So I'm going to go to the next question coming from Kurt F.
Kurt,
Kurt wants to know, where did you learn to wrestle?
I have learned to wrestle in two places specifically. One, when I first started learning wrestling, which feels like an eternity ago, 3 years ago, I first began this wonderful journey, you could say. I started in a school which I am no longer with. 3 years ago, I was there for 2 years. That place is where I finally realized what it is that what I need to do in life. I need to get revenge on people. I need to do what it is I need to do. I need to get what it is I need. I need to get what it is me and Chester want and what it is we need. And the only way we can do that is by causing pain. And where I am training, where I am wrestling right now, is under the tutelage of one prestigious one, Joe Hendry. You may know him. He is with the Ring of Honor in the great United States of America. And I have been training under him for over a year now. And that is where I met him. Where I realized everything had to change. And the first person I needed to just shut up was there. And this country has been locked down for a multitude of months, and I haven't gotten the chance to. I said I would keep my cool. I said I would keep my cool. I am sorry, Mr. Samaroo.
No problem.
No. I said I would keep my cool. I'm going to just keep his name out of mind before things get out of hand.
Definitely. Definitely. So I'm going to go on to the next question, Fletch, if you don't mind. This is coming from a Connie D.
Connie, hello.
Connie wants to know, do you have any goals in wrestling and any potential dream opponents that you would love to wrestle?
Goals in wrestling. Goals in wrestling. My one biggest goal is, as I have mentioned already, to get revenge on people who have just done so much wrong to me in my life, but turned me into the person I am today. They don't know who they've turned me into, but they don't want to know who they've turned me into. But one day, hopefully sooner rather than later, my goal in wrestling is to get revenge on those people. To make them feel the pain that they have caused me. Got my dream opponents in wrestling. Very good question, Connie. Might I add, very good question. All of these have been very good questions so far. Very good. Very good questions.
Definitely.
Dream opponents. Oh, there are a lot. There are a lot of people that I can learn from. There are a lot of people who I purely just want to hurt. So there are many, and I'm sure that if I get what I want, I will face these people one day. I don't know who they are, but I will find out soon enough. And if they have somehow wronged me in my life, they will get what it is they deserve. They'll get what's coming to them. Thank you, Connie, for such a wonderful question.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have some of the best fans here at Respect the Ring, and
You really do. You really do.
definitely. I mean, knowing that you're a student under the tutelage of the prestigious one, I'm a huge fan of Joe Hendry as well. So, you know, it's very nice to be able to kind of pick your brain a little bit.
Or
It's an awesome feeling. I feel a little bit more comfortable, at least, that I can kind of relate to you a little bit on that background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
A little hot. Do you mind if I take the beanie off? If you don't mind.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna toss that over there, if you don't mind. A little bit
Go
more
ahead.
comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna jump into the next question, if you don't mind, Fletch.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a Rob C. Actually.
Hello.
Rob mentions, and he's a fan of yours, by the way. He's been watching you in the UK scene and the Scottish scene all the time. He's been following your career since you started. Actually, he's very interested.
Very nice. Thank you, Rob. Much appreciated.
So he wanted to know. He's seen that you've been feuding with a Ryan Richards, and he's very interested in how that feud kind of started to begin with.
Him. How this has happened with him. It all started when he made an open challenge, which seems like maybe, 12 months ago. It was a long time ago. That just shows how scared he is. 12 months ago, he put up a video saying he would happily beat anyone in the Scottish wrestling scene. I thought, this guy, he needs to be taught a lesson. He needs to be brought down a level. He needs to be hurt. He needs to be shut up, you could say. He definitely needs to be that. And I thought, why not? I do it for everyone. I do everyone a favor. I shut him up for everyone. And 12 months later, still hasn't happened, because this country has been locked down since then, and which has just had me here for this entire time. For 12 months seems like an eternity. One day, everything will change. I will be let loose. I have been for a while waiting outside his house, looking at him. I have been waiting for him to just find me, you could say. But I will say, if and when he does that, that will be the day something goes horribly wrong. And the day I finally get what it is I want, and I will finally act on the favor that I say I will do for everyone, shutting Mr. Richards, him, up.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go to the next question, Fletch, if you don't mind.
I said I would keep my cool. I will try.
Absolutely. I hope you're okay. Are you?
I am fine. I am totally fine. I've got that off my chest. Now that that's over with, now that no more questions about him, I sure hope I can finally relax. But as I say, one day everything will change. He will be gone. I will get what I want. We will get what we want.
Definitely. I hope you ultimately get to the goal of, whoever he is. I hope he gets his just desserts. I'm gonna go to the next question, if you will. Coming from Mark D, actually. Mark mentions that recently you've been a focal point of the extremely popular UK tournament Survivor Series, both in 2020 and 2021, which you won in 2020, actually.
I did, yes. Through the help of all of you, I got the recognition I have been looking for my entire life, because I have been cooped up. Like, all I have is my voices in my head, and finally, people have realized that, like, they have made me, realize that there is more to life than just, me being cooped up in a ball. And, like, I have been a changed man since that day.
Beautiful.
So,
you love to see it.
Yes. Thank you to everyone once again, for even people not even watching this. I assume they will be, because why wouldn't they watch Respect the Ring? Thank you for making me win that tournament and realizing that people do care about me when I really didn't think that was the case.
No, absolutely. I mean, everyone from Respect the Ring. Once you mentioned the tournament and the voting, we definitely went out in spades to make sure that you got the proper support that you needed, and we're grateful for that. We're grateful that you won.
It worked out and I won.
Indeed, but Mark also was asking about the 2021 edition of the tournament, which ended up being a tag team tournament. Can you give us a little bit of detail about that? And what are you okay?
I am, yes. Just that tournament ended abruptly for me and my tag team partner. My tag team partner, who I did choose out of sheer sympathy for being knocked out in the very first round of the tournament, that I went the whole 9 yards and won the whole thing. Mr. Richards. Him. That tournament ended abruptly because of him. I thought that me choosing him, that would get us to victory. That tournament became a tag team tournament. Like, well, it was at first a singles tournament, but because of a Twitter poll, it became a tag team tournament. I thought, as soon as it was changing to a tag team tournament, who better to, make feel better about themselves, make feel better about their stupid little selves than Ryan Richards? I could finally give him a victory. He calls himself undefeated. He's been defeated every chance he's gotten. I thought that he may have gone undefeated in that tournament, but no, that tournament ended abruptly, as I've said, because of him. Because of him, we were knocked out in the very first round. Still to this day, I don't understand why I chose him. I knew it would all go wrong, and it did. And that is another reason why Mr. Richards, his days are running out.
Understood.
Yes, but aside from that, I said I would keep my cool. I am sorry, Samaroo. I'm keeping my cool. Back to me not going crazy unless anything out of hand happens. And if something out of hand happens, things will get out of hand.
Definitely. I would hope that yes, we don't do anything to cause you to go out of hand, if you will.
No.
I only have one last question for you,
One last question.
One last question. And this is but before I get to that question, actually, I did want to say, I am very grateful that you took the time out of your schedule to sit with us, and I'm sure all the fans are grateful. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I have had very much fun. I have had so much fun doing this. It's been great speaking to you and getting to know you and the guys at Respect the Ring through your watch-alongs. And as I said, I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
You and the guys bring people together.
Absolutely.
Through the power that is professional wrestling.
Absolutely.
Fans of professional wrestling coming together like a family. What is not to love? What's not
Exactly.
to love?
Exactly. And that's our message always at the end. It's all about love. All about love at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you know?
Yes.
So I'll get into the last question for you. This one actually comes from a Ryan R. He wanted to ask actually, who is the Supreme Ryan Richards, and why is he so important to you? Huh. Todd?
Who is Ryan Richards to me? Ryan, I know that's you who asked that question. I know that's you. Who are you to me? You're someone who changed as a person. When I first met you, you weren't the kind of person you are now. But now, the person you are now is someone who just does need taught a lesson, just doesn't need to be, I don't know, just needs to be brought to an end whenever possible. I've been waiting these 12 months to put an end to you, Mr. Richards. Sooner rather than later it will happen, but until then, Ryan, until then, just wait. Yeah.
Fletch? Fletch? Him. Ryan. Shit. Cut the interview. Cut the interview.